And now the movie, folks.
Hey there, everybody. PTPOP here with all four lobes of my brain securely bound behind my back. And today I've got a doozy for you. I've got Progressive Insurance, progressive job myths from the call center representative's point of view. Stay tuned, everybody. It's a doozy.
Would you like fries with that?
Hey there, everybody. So today I've got a great show for you. And I think I bumped into Sven here, and I think I knocked Oingo Boingo off here I was doing a couple takes of this, and Oingo Boingo got knocked sideways. He's okay, though. He's still my buddy. And so some of you have been watching me for a while, but if you've just discovered my channel or you've been watching for a while, if you really want to support this channel and you have absolutely no cashola, you're broke like all of us, just hit the like and subscribe button. That's all you need to do. That'll help me with the algorithm. That'll help me grow. It'll help me blossom like the young flower I am. But if you happen to have some extra cashola in the pocket over there, please go to my Patreon channel, make a donation there, or become a member here and see some of the behind the scenes videos I make here. So, well, let's carry on, shall we? Let's carry on with today's wonderful show. Today I'm going to be talking about Progressive Insurance. Now, Progressive Insurance is a company that was founded here in Cleveland, Ohio, over there. Cleveland, Ohio is it was a bustling city of over 1 million people with all kinds of industry, and that is long since gone by the wayside. We are now kind of a barren small city without very many people anymore, and much of the industry is left. But Progressive Insurance still remains. And let me give you a little bit of brief background of Progressive. Progressive Insurance, I'm sure you all know from the commercials on TV with Flo, is basically a car insurance company. Progressive Insurance, officially known as the Progressive Corporation, is a prominent American insurance company specializing in types of vehicle and property insurance. And they're headquartered in Mayfield Village, Ohio. Mayfield Village, Ohio is just a hop, skip, and a jump that away, over there. And they're about 35 miles from my house here. And their current CEO, Chief Executive Officer, is Tricia Griffith. And she's been serving as President and Chief Executive Officer since July of 2016. The company valuation, these are numbers from 2022 from Wikipedia. Progressive reported assets totaling $75.46 billion and equity amounting to $17.04 billion. They have approximately 55,100 employees as of 22. That's as of Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. And I don't know how many call centers they have. I do know they used to have a huge one in Mayfield Village, Ohio. And a friend of mine used to work there, and I'd go meet him there because they have a gym, or they used to have a gym on location. And he and I would go there when he was on break and we'd work out. He would go into his car and take a couple hits off of his one hit. He had a one hit marijuana pipe that was shaped and looked just like a filtered cigarette. And he would sit in his car and get high on breaks. And he was allegedly pretty successful there. I don't know. He told me he was doing well. I don't know. He might still be there. I think he is. If he is, he's been there for 20 years. And he started off in the call center. So let's see here. Now, I looked at the employee satisfaction surveys on Indeed. And I'm not going to show them all to you because it's just boring. But Indeed says Progressive has an overall rating of 3.6 out of 5 stars based on approximately 5,600 reviews. That's pretty much middle of the road for most companies I'm finding on Indeed. Employees frequently highlight the company's supportive environment, opportunities for learning, and inclusive culture. However, some reviews mention challenges related to work-life balance and workload. Now, to tell you a little bit about my experience at Progressive, many years ago, probably, 15, 16, 17 years ago, I applied to Progressive when I lived in Arizona. And I applied for a sales position. It was a call center position, and I got hired. and they brought me in, and I didn't realize that I had to get licensed. Well, I did realize after the interview, but beforehand, I didn't know I had to be licensed. So during the interview, they said, you're going to have to be licensed in, I think, casualty and life or something like that. Not casualty and property. Now, for customer service, you don't have to have a license. Sven, would you quit bumping into me? Boingo, keep him under control, will you? God, I think he started using meth or something. But for a customer service representative, you don't typically need to have a license. For instance, a former centralized support representative at Progressive noted that no insurance license was needed for their role. That's from Job Search on Indeed. Now, insurance sales agents like I applied for, their role often requires obtaining an insurance license, as agents are responsible for selling insurance policies. The specific licensing requirements can vary by state and the type of insurance being sold. Generally, obtaining a license involving completing a pre-licensing course and passing a state administrative exam. I went into this training, and they hired me. They brought me in. They put me into a training room, and they said I had to get licensed as a casualty and property licensed insurance salesman in the state of Arizona to sell insurance in that state. And so I'm in this room. Again, it was a windowless room, and I've told this story before, and I'll be brief about this. But the first thing I noticed is how it was different from other call centers is everybody in the room. Now, this is 10, 15 years ago, so I was like 43 at the time, maybe 44. And everybody in the room was my age or older. There were no young kids in there. And all these people looked like they were, I don't know how to put it, but they looked like insurance agents. They just looked like those kind of people. So the training class was just, all it was 30 to 40 people sitting in this windowless, stuffy room with no ventilation. And this really good-looking girl was the trainer. And she always came in skin-tight jeans with 4-inch open-toed stiletto heels. And she always had a bottle of Smart Water and a binder. Now, this is before everything went digital. And she'd come in and she'd have her Smart Water, and she'd have her binder and she'd have the Smart Water. She'd like prance around in this tight little shirt. And she'd say, okay, let's talk about casualty insurance and property insurance or whatever. And she would just read for hours, 8 days, every day, just read out of this manual about insurance. Now, if you want to talk about something that makes me go, property insurance. Oh my God, just there is nothing in the world more boring than somebody sitting in a hot room talking about insurance. It was horrible. It was excruciatingly boring for me. But the people around me were just like, really? Tell me more. Oh, Mr. Carter, I know that answer. And they were all like these insurance whizzes or something. And all I could figure is that these people around me already had worked in the insurance industry, even though I talked to a few people like, oh, no, I've never worked in insurance. Of course not. No, this is my first time in insurance. And I just happen to be a whiz at it. Yes, of course. So I'm sitting there taking notes. I'm writing on this notepad, and I'm trying my best to keep up with the sweet young thing that's prancing around. She's like, okay, page 86 of 3,000 pages. Let's talk about the forms you got to fill out or whatever, So they tell us in class that the insurance test we have to take is really easy. And she said no one in the history of her training this class for years, she's allegedly done it for years, and she came from Cleveland, Ohio. Keep in mind, I'm in Phoenix. She transferred from Cleveland to Phoenix to do the training, and she's never had anyone fail this test. It's that simple. Don't worry about it. Not a thing in the world to worry about. Nothing at all. So I get through a month of training, and we have to go in and take the training class. We have 3 chances to take it. And I go in. They had sent us in to a separate test center in the city of Phoenix, like outside of Progressive Insurance. It was an independent testing center, kind of like when you go and take your ACT or SATs to get into college. And you go into this private room, and you have a computer. And I bombed the test. I bombed. And my wife and I studied. She sat down and quizzed me, and it was just so boring, so dry, and so non-intuitive. It was like, oh my God, help me. So after about 5 weeks, I just went to the sweet young thing and I said, hey, I'm sorry. This isn't for me. I bombed the test and I don't think I'm going to be able to pass it. She's like, really? Everybody passes? Don't give up. Don't give up, buddy. You can do it. And I just walked out. I didn't walk out, but I just gave notice right there. I said, I'm not coming back to class. It was horrible. I don't know how else you learn insurance, but it was painful. So I found this video here called Progressive Job Miss Call Center Representatives. And this is a doozy. This is produced by Progressive Insurance, and it was released 6 months ago. And it says down here, it says, Progressive Job Miss Call Center Representative. Do call centers work in a call center? Is it an easy job? Will I be able to grow my career working in customer service? 3 Progressive call center representatives, sorry. I gotta stop drinking when I do this. I really gotta stop drinking. 3 Progressive call center representative. I can't say representatives. My God. 3 Progressive call center representatives share whether these and other call center myths are true. You can learn more about customer service jobs on Progressive's career site at progressive.com/careers. So I'm going to play this video here. This is produced by Progressive. Now, the quality of this production, you'll see, they didn't put a whole lot into this. This is a company worth billions of dollars. They did not put a whole lot into this. And this is post-pandemic, of course, and everybody's working from home now. They're sitting in their bedrooms and stuff with a headset on. And so you're not going to see the fancy, glitzy call center like they used to have. So here we go. Let's start off with this now. See if... Hey! Groovy, baby! Yeah! Zowie!
I'm Sandra.
I'm Corian.
I'm Peggy, a customer service call center representative with Progressive.
Now look at that. She's reading cue cards, my friend. She's reading a cue card. Watch your eyes. Here, we'll just mute it. She's going like this. She's looking down at the cue card. She's reading off her damn screen. Top notch, Progressive. You're putting your money where it really needs to be in your call center representative's laps, aren't you? Big production here. This is just shot. And I think what they're trying to do here, they're trying to make each or every one of you who are thinking of working at Progressive feel like you're just one of them. Hey, they're just using an old webcam. It's not a high-polished production. They got that jazzy music at the beginning. But they didn't put a whole lot into this.
Progressive.
I spend my days helping customers with their policies.
And here are a few of the commonly held myths.
It's a Black Elvis. Mercy. Lord have mercy. Job myths. All Progressive call center reps work in the office. Sven works in the office.
While some call center reps work from a Progressive office.
Now, she works in Ohio, so she must work somewhere around here. And I can tell by her accent. She's got that Ohio accent where they talk through the noses like we all do here in Ohio. Unless you're down in southern and central Ohio, where they talk about going down to Elby's and get some good eats. Yeah.
Office due to things
Now, who is this lady? I guess this is a Progressive employee. Very nice, clean desk, working in the call center.
like internet availability, among other things. Many like me work from home. This is especially good since I start my shift at 5 a.m. Instead of having to wake up extra early to go into the office, I can sleep in a little bit more, which is nice.
Look, she's reading a script too. Look at her eyes. She doesn't know what to say because she can't speak from the heart. Like I can talk to any one of you about this situation and what I've experienced without cue cards. Like watch, she's reading from cue cards.
Having to wake up extra early to go into the office, I can
Wake up extra early so I can go into the office, page 2. And then I have my coffee. And then I take my first call. And it is a joy.
sleep in a little bit more, which is nice.
which is nice. Ding. Oh, my God.
And when my shift is done, I just close my computer and get on with my day.
When I close my computer, I close the... Sorry, lady. She probably lives somewhere around here. She's probably just down the street from me.
It definitely saves me money on gas.
Save me money on gas. Okay, job miss. Working as a call center rep is easy.
Some people think that this work isn't all
Tell me more, Elvis.
that difficult. They think we answer a few calls and that's it all day. Well, let me tell it to you straight. This isn't an easy job. Aside from my breaks, I'm on the phone all day. In addition to dealing with the call volume, I also must navigate challenging customer interactions from time to time. And you love helping people, then Progressive is the place for you. I wouldn't have stayed at Progressive for 9 years if I didn't think it was a great place to work.
Now, I do believe that because I had a friend who, he may still work at Progressive, I don't know. But he was there for a long time. He was there for several years, and he allegedly loved working there. He never, but this is way back in the 90s he got the job. And, you know, maybe late 90s, early 2000, like 2000. This is back when call centers really kind of weren't quite yet the sweatshops that they are today. And Progressive has always been known as being a very liberal company, very open-minded. And, you know, their building inside has all these magnificent artworks from famous artists like Andy Warhol and things like that hanging on the wall, because I believe the owner's son, Peter Lewis, took over the company. And I believe Peter Lewis was kind of like this very open-minded, liberal guy. I don't know what his preferences were, but I know he loved art. And I know he was pro, like, marijuana, I think. That is just something I think I heard. He was a very open-minded guy, so it might very well be a good place to work. And maybe I shouldn't have quit, but I know my brain. I was never going to pass that test. Job myths. The call center is a dead-end job. Oh, they're going to prove to us that call centers are not a dead-end job. Let's hear this one.
No, I'm living proof that's not true. I was able to move into a new role within a year of starting at Progressive.
They all sell you that bullshit. And she's reading from a cue card. They all tell you that. They all tell you that after a year, you're going to get promoted. Yay! Yoingo Boingo got promoted to being the head warmer for Sven after being with me for a couple years. Oh, and Sven is so happy to have him on his head. They all tell you this bullshit. They all tell you that you're gonna get promoted within a year.
And that's because throughout the year, we're encouraged to indicate roles within the customer relationship management organization we may be interested in.
Now, I don't understand, you know, she's reading from a script to talk about how she got promoted. I don't even know what she's talking about. What is she saying?
Roles within the customer. Throughout the year, we're encouraged to move into a new role within a year of starting at Progressive. And that's because throughout the year, we're encouraged to indicate roles within the customer relationship management.
We're encouraged? What does she say? What is word salad is she saying? She got promoted within a year.
I was able to move into a new role within a year of starting.
I was able to move into a new role within a year starting
At Progressive.
Okay.
And that's because throughout the year, we're
encouraged to indicate
roles within the customer relationship management organization we may be interested in.
Okay. All right. So you're encouraged to talk about that. All right. So you're encouraged to immediately start thinking about other roles you'd like to have within the customer service department. All right.
Like a coach or leadership roles. Our managers support us in developing skills for these roles and to help us prepare for our next steps. Plus, many people who got their start here have transitioned into other roles at Progressive in corporate, technology, claims, and HR.
My friend who worked in sales in Progressive, his degree was in human resource management. So maybe he went from being a sales agent into HR. Maybe that's why every time I apply since I resigned that I can't get back in, because maybe he sees my resume and goes, oh, no, don't let that guy in here. He doesn't smoke pot like I do out in the driveway of the company. Job miss. You won't develop as a call center rep.
Maybe that happens at other
Sing it, Elvis.
companies, but not here. Development is Progressive's middle name.
Development is Progressive's middle name. Wow.
For starters,
Not Progressive's actual middle name. Oh, their sense of humor is just outstanding. I love it.
some call center roles at Progressive help you get licensed to sell insurance, which is something you'll take with you even if you move on.
That's true. I mean, if you can pass the test, you can leave insurance and probably start your own business. I see a lot of people open up Progressive offices all over town. I don't know if they work in a call center or not, but who knows?
Then there's regular training we do to learn new products and state regulations. And whether it's reaching out to coworkers or calling up our assist line, there's always someone.
Oh, there's Flo on that little mug. I wonder in the call center, when they had a call center, if they had those big life-size cardboard cutouts of Flo. Wouldn't that be a nightmare walking into that every morning? Flo.
I'm willing to help if you're not sure what to do. If you like to learn, you'll love it at Progressive.
Hopefully this gave you new perspective on a few customer service call center job myths.
If you're interested in
I just don't understand. This is a company worth $75 billion, and they've got people reading from scripts on their computer screens. And that's really awkward. Just the average person on the street's going to see that and go, you're full of it. Even subconsciously, they may get an uneasy feeling because this is just awkward. This guy here is just, he doesn't even look up at the camera. He's just reading down at his computer screen or on a piece of paper in front of him, which is fine. I know these must just be, they're trying to make it look like everyday people, the real people that work, in the call center, which is fine. I get what they're trying to do. But I know what my experience was like at Progressive, and it wasn't a good experience. It really wasn't.
learning more about call center jobs or other roles at Progressive, visit progressive.com/careers.
And for more job seeker content and an inside look at what it's like to work at Progressive, check out life@progressive.com.
All right, everybody. Boom, da da boom, da da boom, da da boom. 0 out of 10. Progressive insurance worker quits, along with nearly half of their training class. Whoa, look what I just stumbled on here. I thought I was going to end the video. I've been down here for 32 minutes. What is this? This is from thedaily.com, dated August 27th to 22. Good Lord, what happened here, people? You being nasty, wasty buggers at Progressive. A former alleged employee of insurance company Progressive Insurance has gone viral after claiming they, along with about half of the other trainees in their beginning class, quit their jobs. In a two-part series, user at Shan Ball starts by retracting a former positive video saying she was hired to work at the company. The video currently has over 200,000 views. Let's see what she has to say here, if this is her.
An official job offer. I take it back. I take it all back. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10. Negative 10 out of 10.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Let's hear that again.
Okay, so I finally passed my background check and got an official job offer. I take it back. I take it all back. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10. Negative 10 out of 10. Still reviewing, laws and shit. So I'm not going to go into extreme detail about what happened with me personally. But what I'm going to do is read a bunch of employee reviews that I concur with completely. And you can decide whether or not one of them was maybe written by me. Also, I personally had a shittier experience because week 1, my computer did not work. And turns out I had to be the one to take care of that, even though they told me repeatedly that they were going to fix it. And week 2, I got the worst flu I've had in a decade. But it is not just me, because nearly half the training class I started with is no longer there. And it's only been a month. The job is nothing like training, and the training you get is nowhere near enough. Constantly being watched and monitored, not allowed to be off the phones. If you're off the phone for more than 10 seconds, you're questioned incessantly. The training is a joke. A week of bragging about the company, a week of learning about the duties of other positions, a week of treasure hunting trying to teach yourself, and the 4th week you're thrown onto the phones with complete control of people's policies. You get passed around constantly from different trainers, coaches, soups, etc., and no one will give you a straight answer to any question. I took over 100 calls by myself a day, and when getting coached, all I ever heard about was the 5 minutes I took to use the restroom. Trainers spend more
The restroom again. See, I told you. They don't let you go to the bathroom.
talking about their personal lives than actual training. You will end up with several different trainers. Those are all employee reviews available online. I wish I had found those 2 months ago. My first indication, though, should have been the very first week with the constant talk of drinking the Kool-Aid. I've never understood that reference because drinking the Kool-Aid is a reference to the Jonestown Massacre.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all these call centers do it, but Progressive did that. It was big. I remember I did a side-by-side with a rep on the floor who claimed he was a DJ, a famous DJ from Cleveland on WMMS. And he was about that age, and he had a voice of a DJ, and he just, you're so glad to be working here, and he's having a great time living in the sunshine in Arizona, and you're just going to love working here. And, you know, they sell it to you big at Progressive.
As in, like, ing yourself. And that's what really sucks about it, though, is because the pay and benefits are pretty decent. I got a raise my first week there. Every customer-facing role got a raise. Not everybody was getting paid the same, though. All the people starting in the same position, they were getting paid different rates. This job will be a great fit for you if you are totally fine with getting this much training on what you're actually going to be doing, if you like having 25 different bosses instead of just one or two, and if you have an enormous bladder and never need to use the bathroom.
Yes. I would not last there with a bad prostate. I can tell you that, my friends.
Because you basically cannot leave the desk. You get 3 seconds to take a deep breath before the next call comes in. And I know that's how a lot of call center jobs are. Like, it's pretty constant, but this was another level. Please trust me when I tell you that. Having experienced it, I can tell you all those reviews I read online are putting it mildly.
All right, guys. I am PTPOP, and thank you for watching. Again, if you like what I do here, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you've worked at Progressive, what your experience has been like. And I will talk to you later.
Hasta la vista.
Adios.
Adios, muchachos, caballeros de la vida. You get out of here.
Take it easy, kids. Take it easy. Rock and roll. And remember whatever you can remember. Bye. Buy my song, Call Center Blues, you wild, wild call center people.
Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that?